Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy July the 3rd. We are here and accounted for and present. I'm so glad that you guys joined me tonight. Um, Welcome to Grow with DEZI. My name is Desiree Foster Collins, and I am so glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here to share with me this time, and we're going to be talking about some amazing things this year. I'm really excited to be back doing live videos. So I'm going to just hang on a second, give Facebook a little bit of time to build an audience. I see some people jumping in. Hello, Mary. Thank you so much. Hello, Connie, Nestor. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight's topic is called the 7-year stretch. So if this is your first time ever joining me, please say hello. Please let me know where in the world you are joining me from. I would sincerely appreciate that. I love to know where everyone's coming from around the world, which I think is really cool. And if you have joined me before, you've noticed I've kind of changed up my look a little bit. Hopefully technology will be kind to me tonight. How about that? Okay. So, tonight, for our topic tonight, we are talking about the 7-year stretch. The 7-year stretch. I want to share something with you. I've shared this in different groups and different mastermind groups that I have taught and facilitated courses that I've done, but I've never done what I'm about to do live. But before I actually show you what I want to show you, let me ask you a question. Have you taken the time in planning for what it is that you want for this year, for the next 90 days? Have you taken the time to reflect? Have you taken the time to look back over a period of time to see where you were sharpened, where you gained the momentum, where you learned the lessons? Have you taken the time to do that? If you have, leave me a comment. I'd like to know, what was your process for reflecting? And as you were reflecting, looking ahead towards 2020 and what it is that you envision accomplishing for this year, for the next 6 months, for the next 90 days. What was your process? Please share that with me. And while you are doing that, I'm going to share this broadcast so that people can join. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just get this going here and give you guys some time to respond. Okay, here we go. And it's shared. Perfect. So, as I have reflected over the course of my life, there was a definite period of time in my life where I can look back now and I can see where I had milestones. Where I had milestones. Let's see here. Mary says, my process was to write everything I wanted down, then to rank the most important things. I then reflected on what I was going to start since I was going to start, since it's not about the why or the how. Okay, so Mary, if I understood you correctly, you reflected on everything that you wanted to do, and then you started to rank them according to how important they were or are, and then you focused on the when you were going to actually do something, not necessarily the why or the how. Got it. Okay. Hey, Dixon, the baddest DJ in California. Hello. Thanks for joining. Perfect. Okay, got it, Mary. Thank you for sharing that. Well, as I've been on this growth journey, and specifically in relation to planning for 2020, reflecting back on experiences or milestones in my life that have helped me to become the person that I am today has been a key component of my intention. A key component of me saying, okay, you know what? I say that I am this person. I say that I want to do these things. I say that I want to have this. So, therefore, who have I been? What experiences have I gone through? What challenges have I overcome so that as of today, whatever it is that I need to change, shift, mold, craft, dig further into, find out more about myself about, I can do that. So I'm going to share something kind of personal, but it's going to give you a better picture of when we're talking about the topic today. The topic is milestones. The title of this live is 7-Year Stretch. And I'm going to show you my own personal 7-year stretch of experiences, lessons, opportunities, both positive and areas that I needed to improve on in my life so that I could come to where I am today. So, you ready? Can I get some hearts, happy faces, something? Let me know that you guys are here with me so that we can just go ahead and jump into this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I see you guys. Okay, so let me make sure that I've got this where I need it to be. And I'm going to show you and share with you exactly what I'm talking about. Happy New Year, Dixon. Happy New Year, friend. All right, so hopefully you can see this okay. All right. So, what I'm going to share with you right now is how I had to find my way through pain. And as you can see here, in 2009, I experienced major life changes. So in 2009, I had a new baby. In 2009, I also had the death of my baby sister. Now, if you guys joined me a couple nights ago, I shared with you her story. And, just go back and watch the live video and you can see that. But those are major life events that happened. A year later, I had a 5-year relationship that ended. A year after that, we had to move. We lost our home and we had to move. 2 years after that, in between those times, we had a major life event where my nephew was killed in a car accident. And why that was so incredibly important was because my son sat between him and his younger brother in age, and it was majorly impactful to my son. A year after that, my mother passed away. And between 2014 and 2016, I began to experience burnout on the job, burnout in life, got diagnosed with anxiety and depression, as well as it was the beginning, the catapult for my breakthrough. There's a verse in the Bible that says, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. That's in Proverbs 27:17. Now, it's talking about how we as human beings, we sharpen each other. We are to help each other become better. We're to help each other grow. That's what that verse in particular is talking about. But when you were going through your reflection, did you look at areas in your life that you could clearly see where the milestones of growth and the clarity of who you are became just that much more well known to you? You became that much more aware of the person that was being shaped through each experience, through each milestone. There is a story that I heard that, and I'm going to summarize it because I don't want to mess up the impact of it. But basically, it's this: there are two important dates on our when we die. There are two important dates. We'll focus on the beginning, and then we'll focus on the day that you take your last breath. It's going to happen to all of us. But there's also a verse in the Bible that says, until God comes, you're to tarry until he gets here. And I relate that to the dash that sits in between the day that we were born and the day that we take our last breath and the day that we die. And as I shared my finding my way through pain, what I didn't mention on there was that 2020 is the year of release for me. Hey, Christian. Hey, Sherry, James, Terry. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I so sincerely appreciate you taking your time to come and hang out with me tonight. This is very cool. So let's talk about milestones. And this is very important when it comes to being very clear about where it is that you want to be, your vision that you have for your life, the dream, the goal, whatever it is that you want to accomplish for your life. It's going to be incredibly important that you are able to identify milestones and gain clarity. How to gain clarity. Sorry about that. How to gain clarity in your life. Our dreams and our desires are the foundation of their foundation for us. Like if we don't set goals, if we don't have any type of dreams or desires that we're aiming for and that we're reaching for, life can just become very rote, right? But when we have a clear set of milestones that we want to accomplish, that's what helps us to be able to put our hand out and reach for that transformation and to work towards the intention through action. Whatever we measure, we can attain. So I don't want to give anyone the impression that I'm saying, okay, well, you know what? Don't go and do, vision planning and all that stuff. We have to have that. It's important. It's important to have the what's that we go after so that we can achieve the what's. It's important to put down the whens when we want to achieve something, because it gives us a timeline to work towards. It gives us a deadline to push towards. But remember last night I talked about how incredibly important it is for us to find meaning. And in finding meaning, we have to be very, very able to create certainty in our life. Our life has to have meaning. We have to know why we do what we do. I don't know if he's still on here watching me, but I've known Dixon Gomez pretty much my entire life. And Dixon was always very clear that he loved music and he focused on becoming one of the best DJs that's out there. When I would throw parties, Dixon, if you remember that, I would have Dixon come and DJ my parties. I mean, we just had a great time. And to see 30 years later that he's actually living out his dream of entertaining people, having fun, making sure that, the environment that people come into, that they're having a blast when they're doing it. We have to be very, very clear about why it is that we do what we do, and then gain the clarity in our lives by identifying milestones that we want to achieve. So, whenever we begin to set goals, we do so in three areas. There are three specific areas that we set goals or intentions for. One of the first things is that we want to feel a certain way. There's certain feelings that come along with setting goals, dreams, visions. How do you want to feel? What is your heart telling you? What are you passionate about? Or even, what are you uninspired with? Have you gotten to a place in your life where you're no longer inspired by the milestone that you hit? Some of us pushed really, really hard to get our education. And now we're not working in the field that we got our education in. Or perhaps we are working in the field and it no longer invigorates us, and we're no longer passionate about it. So one plane that when we're setting our vision and our goals is that we want to feel a certain way. The next area is that it is mental. We think. What's in our head? We think, and so therefore we plan. Now, maybe we're lost. Maybe we've lost the ambition, we've lost the desire, we've lost the oomph that we once had about the milestone that we set. How do we recalibrate? How do we reset ourselves so that we can, be on point on where it is that we want to go? The third thing is the physical piece, our body, the actions that we take. What are we going to do? What progress are we making? Are we frustrated? Does the frustration make us do something different? I can tell you right now, as I'm looking over this timeline from 2009 to 2016, there were many highs, many highs, many good times, many things to celebrate, many financial mile markers that I achieved. There were many things that I could celebrate, and there were also many things that brought tears. There were also many things that caused distress. There were many things that I wondered if I would ever get past, because when you're in the forest, you have a hard time seeing the trees, right? It's difficult when you're in the moment, in the problem, to see the bigger picture. But that's why it's so important that we reflect, so that when we're looking ahead and we're looking towards that vision that we have for ourselves, when we say, you know what, it's not going to be the same as it was before. I'm releasing what I thought I was supposed to be and who other people said I was supposed to be, and all of the preconceived ideas that I'd placed on myself, and I'm going to be different. I'm choosing to be different. I get to be different, and I'm not limited by anything except myself. Establishing key milestones along the way will help us to get the feeling. It will then prompt us to take physical action, and it will help us to achieve our goal and take the steps and do the activity that will push us to the next place. Okay, you with me? Awesome. When we are uninspired, when we're lost, when we're frustrated, any of those things, we get to choose how they will impact us, and we get to choose what we're going to do with it. That's what we get to do. We get to make a different decision. We get to become so clear in looking at where we've been and looking at where we want to go. We get to become so incredibly clear that the steps that we take will help for us to make progress on the action toward the vision that we're looking for. 2, gain clarity. You must have confidence. When you have confidence, you have the ability to let go. One of the things that I decided to do was to release. And it took me all these years to get to this place of saying, you know what? I'm going to release what is not serving me. And I'm going to release my hands on every time I would ask or I would pray and, hey, this is what I need help with. God, can you please help me? And then it wasn't happening the way that I expected it to. And then the expectations then became, doubt. And the doubt then led to fear. And it just became this vicious cycle. How about you take your hand off of it and release it and have the confidence that knowing that what was started in you will be completed. What was started in you, any change that was started in you will be completed. What you and I have to do is that we have to decide that we need to become aware and we need to transform. We need to transform our thoughts. We need to transform the words that we speak. We need to ask for our heart to be transformed and released so that we're not sitting here with our hands gripped because we don't want to lose, but that we can freely let go and release and open up ourselves for both the good and the lessons that we need to learn in order to become the person that we say that we want to be. Again, when we're setting vision, it's good to have the what's. It's good to know clearly what it is that we want. But more importantly, it's incredibly important that we know why we want it. And then we need to have the clarity so that we can have the confidence. And when we have the confidence, we will then have the courage to take action. Okay, does that make sense, y'all? I hope it does. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming and hanging out with me. Again, my name is Desiree Foster Collins. My friends call me DEZI, and this is Grow with DEZI, a daily live where I'm teaching lessons that will help you get the results that you're looking for. This month, we're focusing on vision and purpose, and we're going to be a little bit unconventional. We're not going to be doing things the same way that, maybe people out there teach, because I really want you to become the person that can achieve the results. And that transformation is not external, it's internal. So my encouragement to you is to go back and look over the past 10 years of your life and identify key areas of growth that stand out so clearly. I want you to write them down. I want you to take them and I want you to chew on them. And I want you to dig for the lesson. Dig for the lesson of growth. Chew the meat, spit out the fat. Spit out the fat. Only take the things that are going to help you to become the person that needs to be there so that the vision can come to pass. Okay? Let's see here. Thank you for commenting, Mary. Mary says, amen, the act of total release is amazing once you release. The best thing that I ever did. Mary, I agree. I agree. So if this lesson has served you, please share it. Please invite people to come and join us in the Girl Ask Me Anything community. I do want to share with you that coming up on January the 8th is the Vision Confident Workshop. Right up here, you'll be, right up here, right over there, yeah, right there is the link where you can register. It will be on a Wednesday night at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. I would love to have you there. It is open for not just women, it's open for men and women. But if you have a vision that you want to accomplish this year, I want to help you to do that with authenticity and with transparency and clarity in who you are and who God created you to be. So that is all that I have for tonight. I want to thank you for hanging out with me this evening, and I will see you again tomorrow night where we will continue on vision, where that's the focus. That's what we're gonna be continue talking about. So thank you so incredibly much, and I will see you again tomorrow night. Have a wonderful evening. Talk to you soon.